I mean, this is not, there are not so many great golfers, even though there seem to be more now than just about any other generation at one time, where you can have splinter groups. That's what this proved. If people are paying attention, that even live, you can't have people just go in their own direction and have it work for the benefit of the game of golf. And that goes for the group of guys you just named too.
You may think that way.
Yeah,
but all revolutions start with splinter groups. All progress starts with a group of entrepreneurs breaking off to see what they can do. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm saying I wonder if they think about it. We turn now to soccer, where Lionel Messi says he's coming to the United States. Messi has decided not to go to Saudi Arabia for all their money, nor back to Barcelona, where he had such great success, but to go instead to Inter Miami of MLS. You think it's crowded now with hockey and basketball? Make room for this. Messi will reportedly get revenue sharing from Apple TV and Adidas. So, Wilbon, how significant is it for Inter Miami and MLS to land Messi?
Well, Tony, it's really significant here in Miami, where, again, another story about professional sports has just got the place on fire. I understand that. I don't know how long that sustains, a year or two. Look, you and I, is it important for, like, is it going to be a national craze over Messi in Miami? No, not for very long, if there is. You and I were there when Beckham did this. It lasted for what, about 10 months, maybe one season. He came to Washington. You and I were sitting there in attendance in the press conference when he came, and he entertained the media for a while, and then it goes away. And you and I were there covering soccer. Yes, people who are watching. Yes, audience, PTI audience. Kornheiser and Wilbon once covered soccer as beat writers in America, the old North American Soccer League. And Pelé came at the same age as Messi. And both were 35. Past their glorious primes. And we saw Quinalha and Beckenbauer, and you and I saw Cruyff every home game. It's okay for a while, and then it dies out.
This is a very important point. We have seen this movie, you and I, many, many times.
Yes.
Quinalha and Beckenbauer and Cruyff and Thierry Henry and Rooney and Beckham and all of these people. They are attractions. They are not catalysts. When Pelé came to the New York Cosmos in the 70s with the North American Soccer League, a precursor of the MLS, everybody said, oh, everyone's going to watch him. Kids are all going to play soccer. We're going to win the World Cup. We never won the World Cup. We never came close to the World Cup. Kids played soccer, and then they went to the NFL to watch that. And people watched Pelé. They watched these stars. They're well past their primes at this point. But it ultimately, Mike, on Sunday, everybody watches the Super Bowl. It's just, it's nice for a while. It's a lovely thing.
I'm agreeing with you, but I'm doing this. Is Messi, is it different? Your son and my son pay so much more attention to the daily drumbeat of world football than we thought, than we did, or the previous generation. Is it moving in a different way?
No, maybe slightly, maybe incrementally. It's the same thing as Pelé, who everybody loved. It's just 50 years later. Yeah. He's 35. He's going to play a year and a half. It's over.
Yep. That's it.
I mean, it's nice.
Own the team. He's going to own the team, not play for the team.
It'll be big in Miami for Miami.
It will be.
Let's take a break. Coming up, what kind of chance does your boy Novak Djokovic have against Carlos Alcaraz in tomorrow's French Open semi?
And Oklahoma softball has won 51 straight, but are the Sooners vulnerable to Florida State? Matthew woke me up with a text this morning and then a phone call screaming about Messi. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get some sleep here.
Family.
Go to bed.
Like, it's too much screaming, too much scream out loud moments. Time for toss-up. Two men enter, one man leaves, finishes the show. secretly wishes he was in Miami with Wilbon, but forcefully
on down.
denies it to anyone who asks. I really
on
would like
down.
to be there, actually. What's
Get in the
first?
trap.
Toss up, who you got in Friday's French Open men's semi? Novak Djokovic or Carlos Alcaraz?
Okay, so my answer is with my heart, not with my head. Because my head tells me it's going to be Djokovic. Because he is so experienced. Because he's getting near the end, and he probably see this as a valedictory in Paris. Because he knows how to get to a tiebreaker. And he's 5-0 in tiebreakers in this tournament. I understand Alcaraz is the #1 seed. He's 20 years old. He's going to be a great, great player. But Djokovic is still a great, great player. Alcaraz has 1 major. Djokovic has 22, including 1 this year. So while I root for Alcaraz, Mike, I think it's going to be Djokovic.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Djokovic. I think the time is up, Tone. And it's up for everybody. We went through this. I mean, we've gone through this for a couple of generations of players, but I think about it most with Sampras and Agassi and that group. And it's just, it's time. And I realize Djokovic has had a greater career in terms of Grand Slams won than those guys have,
sure.
all Hall of Famers, but it's time. And Alcaraz is just a stud on every level. I think this is his coming out party time. It's his time. He's going to eclipse Djokovic. I'm not going to say, man, it's hard to put Federer and Djokovic in the same sentence. Not to, and Nadal, you sort of got to group all 3 of them. Can't talk about one without the other 2. But I just think that Alcaraz is going to start his march. How close he gets to them, God only knows. I have no idea. I think it starts now.
It's next.
Toss up, who you got in the Women's College World Series that starts tonight? Florida State or Oklahoma?
So I know absolutely nothing about this. Please take what I say with a grain of salt. But I do know that Oklahoma has won 51 games in a row. And I know they've won the last 2 national championships in a row. And I was told today that they played Florida State earlier in the year and they beat Florida State. So it's hard for me to believe that Florida State will take them down in this particular match. They have, this is good, all year long in the 51 straight, they've outscored opponents 420 to 49. That's like 8.5 runs a game, Mike.
Yeah.
In this tournament alone, they've
Killing
outscored
people.
opponents 70 to 14. I'm not knocking Florida State. They went to the finals a couple of years ago and they lost to Oklahoma. I'm just saying Oklahoma seems like the winner.
Yeah, I mean, Oklahoma does. You know, the interesting flap, and I've watched more of the softball World Series, the playoffs, and all of that this year, because Northwestern was in it for a long time.
Yeah.
Lost in the Super Regional, and I've paid more attention. And when you watch Oklahoma, you just shake your head. And the biggest thing about Oklahoma is this controversy, which is mostly captured in social media, where apparently in some quarters people are upset about the way Oklahoma celebrates, the way they sort of passionately celebrate every win. They don't treat it as, get into the end zone and drop the football as if you've been there before. Oh, no. They go to some lengths to celebrate, and some teams and schools and coaches and athletic directors not happy about that. But anyway, Florida State, and I'm not going to come up with the name, has a great pitcher. Don't know if that's enough to take down Oklahoma. Oklahoma's the favorite for a reason, and it's hard to see this not being another World Series. Tone 3 in a row, but nobody's done 3 in a row since UCLA in the late 80s. Late 80s, I think.
You don't want them to celebrate, Mike. Beat them, and then they won't celebrate.
Right.
It's that easy. Let's take one last break. Still to come, Aaron Judge hits the injured list after hitting the wall in Los Angeles.
Ran through that fence. And is it too soon to get excited about a hitter who's batting .401? The first week of June? Yes. Yes. Ruined the sport, ruined the team.
Happy time, people. Happy 27th birthday, Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey played the first 6 games of last season for Carolina and then was traded to the 49ers. His first game in San Francisco, McCaffrey did not start and the 49ers lost. The next 10 games McCaffrey started, 49ers won all 10 and then 2 playoff games. McCaffrey finished the regular season with 1,139 yards rushing, 741 yards receiving, and 13 total touchdowns, 10 of which he got in San Francisco. McCaffrey was finally healthy, played 17 games, made the Pro Bowl. The previous 2 years in Carolina, McCaffrey played a total of only 10 games.
He's a great complementary piece, Tony, which is what he was asked to be in San Francisco. He was asked to do too much at Carolina for pretty much a bad team, mediocre to bad, and he's not that kind of player. There's some guys who can make a much greater difference on a bad team. McCaffrey is a complimentary piece. I'd want to have him every Sunday.
Happy anniversary, Kenny Smith. On this day 28 years ago, in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, the Houston Rockets trailed the Orlando Magic by 20 in Orlando. But Houston stormed back late, led by Smith's 23 points and a then finals record 7 threes, the last of which forced overtime that Houston won on a tip-in by Hakeem Olajuwon. Houston ended up sweeping the series as Olajuwon held his own against Shaquille O'Neal. Smith was on 2 championship teams in Houston. He was originally drafted by Sacramento out of North Carolina in 1987 as the 6th overall pick. Seemed like a nice kid. Whatever happened to Kenny Smith?
You know what? I wonder if Kenny Smith is aware of this particular anniversary. I'm going to see him in about an hour, and I'm going to ask him. I'm going to walk up to Kenny and say, happy anniversary. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Knowing Kenny, he probably will know exactly what we're talking about.
Happy trails, Aaron Judge. The Yankees have placed their superstar slugger on the 10-day injured list with a contusion and ligament sprain of his right big toe, resulting from Judge's great defensive play over the weekend when he literally ran through a wall in Dodger Stadium to make a catch. The toe is reportedly not broken. The Dodgers reacted by planning to reinforce the chain link fence in right field that Judge ran through and add a strip of padding to the concrete portion where he jammed his toe. This is the second time this season Judge has gone on the injured list. First time was for a strained hip. When he plays, Judge has hit 19 homers.
All right, yesterday you asked the question, was it worth it for Judge to make that catch? And I said probably not, particularly if he has to go on the DL. You said, oh, it's worth it. The effort is worth it. The result is not if he has to miss time. His bat is too valuable.
Yeah, Yankees game tonight postponed because of the smoke from the Canadian wildfires. One omission, the name of Florida State's great pitcher is Catherine Sandercock, and quickly to the big finish.
Let's do it.
Iga Swiatek crushed Coco Gauff. Your reaction?
6'4", 6'2". Coco Gauff now 0-7 against Swiatek. She's like only 22 years old, Swiatek, and Coco's 18. She got to get through her at some point. Louisa Rise of the Marlins is hitting .401. Marcus Semien of the Rangers has a 25-game hit streak, which is more significant.
The .401, because 25 is too far away from 56. Dwight Howard, your boy, told the Sacramento Observer he's not retired. He'd like to help the Kings. You don't think that's a good fit, do you?
Sacramento, just say no seems like the way you want to go there. Max Scherzer against Charlie Morton tonight in Atlanta. Who you got?
You kidding me? I got the Warrior God. I got Max. Last one.
Of course.
Athletic reports James Harden is torn between the Sixers and the Rockets. Pick for him.
There's got to be somebody on the Rockets roster with those young players that the Sixers would like to do a sign and trade for. Tyrese Maxey needs to be the second best player in Philly anyway. So I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
You're saying Houston. We're out of time. Try and do better the next time. And I'm Tony Kornheiser.
I'm Mike Wilbon. Same time tomorrow, Knuckleheads. Check out NBA Countdown tonight before Game 3 of Nuggets Heat. But first, right now, here's SportsCenter.